I understand you're a good person, but it's vital to recognize that not everyone shares your values. Our hearts often desire to believe in solutions for the world, and we maintain hope in humanity. However, if we aren't vigilant, we can find ourselves hurt. Unfortunately, there are numerous toxic individuals who may cross our paths from time to time. It's crucial to pay attention to the signs and avoid such people. You may have encountered someone who is genuinely harmful, inflicting emotional pain without remorse and exploiting others' vulnerabilities. Sometimes these toxic behaviors are so subtle that we may not even realize we're dealing with a toxic person. Let's discuss the indicators that you're engaging with someone like this. Certain individuals might consistently try to induce guilt about various situations or feign affection in your presence while speaking ill of you behind your back. It's important to stay alert because at times outsiders may attempt to disrupt your peace, but equally concerning can be those within your own family. Family can indeed be a blessing, but there are instances when some individuals lean towards a more toxic version of themselves. In today's video, I'll share 9 signs that indicate you're dealing with a toxic person and what steps to take when they come into your life. Before we dive into the first sign, be sure to hit the like button if you're someone who enjoys learning about life wisdom. And keep this in mind. People may want to see you thriving, but seldom better than they are. This holds a grain of truth. Now, let's move on to the first sign. Number 1, constant negativity. Toxic individuals often derive satisfaction from witnessing others' struggles. If there's someone in your life who seems to take joy in others' misfortunes, displaying laughter or smiles when someone faces challenges, this is a clear indicator that you are dealing with a toxic person. Such behavior unveils a profound lack of empathy and can culminate in harmful situations that they create for their own amusement. Picture a co-worker who, instead of extending a helping hand when you're feeling overwhelmed, laughs at your difficulties, or a so-called friend who, upon learning about your personal troubles, resorts to jokes rather than offering support. These responses are not merely insensitive, they expose an unkind character. Such individuals might even intentionally instigate negative situations for others, relishing the opportunity to witness someone suffer. They can also engage in gossip and stir up conflicts, all to observe the reactions of those around them and revel in the disorder they've sparked. It's crucial to identify these signs early on and remove yourself from those who display this kind of behavior in order to safeguard your emotional health and well-being. Number 2, draining conversations. Toxic individuals often exhibit a strong tendency to dominate discussions, leading to an overwhelming sense of control over the interactions. They become uncomfortable when they are not steering every aspect of their conversations and may impose their narratives onto others. These individuals will go to great lengths to ensure that things align with their desires and may exploit situations to reinforce their grip over discussions. For instance, consider a boss who insists on scrutinizing every minor detail of your work, not out of a genuine desire to assist, but because of an overwhelming need to control, or a friend who consistently dictates what you do, where you go, and with whom, disregarding others' feelings. Such behaviors demonstrate a stifling obsession with dominance. Toxic people may manipulate circumstances to maintain their foothold, establishing rigid rules or resorting to emotional coercion. A common example is a partner who incessantly checks your whereabouts or who you communicate with, not out of genuine concern, but driven by a desire to dominate your interactions. This inherent need for control not only induces frustration, but can also pose risks to your well-being. Those who exhibit such behaviors frequently exploit their power to manipulate and undermine others. It's crucial to recognize these patterns and establish firm boundaries to safeguard your independence and emotional health. If you find someone consistently attempting to dictate the terms of your life, taking proactive steps to distance yourself and reclaim your autonomy is imperative. Number 3, feelings of discomfort around them. One of the most unmistakable indicators that you are dealing with a toxic person is experiencing unease in their presence. You may feel drained, restless, or simply uneasy when they are nearby. This could be your instincts signaling that something isn't quite right. Picture attending a family gathering where everyone is enjoying themselves, yet there's one individual who consistently makes you feel tense and uncomfortable whenever they show up. Even if that person isn't directly targeting you, their presence alone can create a sense of unease. This may suggest that they emit negative energy or have harmful intentions. Another scenario could involve a co-worker who leaves you feeling anxious or depleted with each interaction. You might struggle to identify what exactly feels off, but your instinctual reactions indicate that something is amiss. These sensations should not be overlooked. Our instincts are often tuned to pick up on cues that our conscious mind might overlook. If you consistently find yourself feeling uncomfortable around someone, it serves as a warning that their intentions may not be pure. Acknowledging these feelings and treating them with significance can assist you in steering clear of detrimental situations and preserving your inner peace. Sign 4. Excessive criticism. Toxic individuals often refuse to take accountability for their actions. They readily deflect blame when things go awry and frequently adopt the role of the victim. They rarely admit to their mistakes and may even pressure you into feeling responsible for them. Consider a colleague who makes an error on a significant project. Rather than owning up to their mistake, they quickly shift the blame onto you or another team member, claiming that everyone else is at fault except for themselves. This behavior not only cultivates a toxic workplace atmosphere, but also leaves you feeling unjustly accused. Another illustration is a friend who frequently finds themselves in predicaments, yet never acknowledges that their decisions led to these outcomes. When late for a meeting, they'll blame traffic or someone else entirely. In challenging situations, they fail to reflect on their choices and instead find ways to point fingers at others. Furthermore, these individuals excel at instilling guilt in others for their own missteps. They can manipulate circumstances so that you end up feeling compelled to apologize for anything that isn't even your fault. This emotional drain can gradually erode your self-worth over time. It's vital to recognize these traits to safeguard your mental and emotional well-being. Those who consistently evade responsibility can entrap you in a cycle of guilt and manipulation. Developing the ability to identify and distance yourself from such individuals is crucial for maintaining your overall health. Number 5, playing the victim. Toxic individuals often exhibit a tendency to play the victim, using this behavior to manipulate those around them for personal gain. They exploit situations to garner sympathy or evade responsibility, demonstrating a disregard for your feelings and needs. For instance, consider a colleague who perpetually claims that they're overwhelmed with work, but never offers help when others are in need. Instead, using their struggles to justify not contributing. Or think about that friend who routinely cancels plans, spinning tales about their bad luck, but is often seen enjoying themselves elsewhere. These actions not only reveal dishonesty, but also a profound lack of respect for you and those around them. Such individuals frequently leverage this victim mentality to manipulate circumstances and relationships. For example, a partner who feigns being misunderstood may do so to maintain control over the emotional dynamics of the relationship. They can also spread rumors or create drama, all while portraying themselves as the one who has been wronged, again for their own benefit. Initially, these behaviors might seem trivial. However, over time, they can severely damage trust and relationships. If someone consistently adopts this victim role, even in minor situations, it's a strong indication that they do not genuinely respect you and are willing to distort reality for their advantage. Recognizing and addressing these manipulative behaviors is crucial for sustaining healthy relationships. If you find that someone has a persistent habit of playing the victim, it's vital to evaluate the effects they have on your life and to determine whether a trustworthy relationship is feasible. Authenticity and accountability are cornerstones of any healthy interaction, and those who frequently play the victim cannot provide that necessary foundation. Number 6. Gossipy nature. Toxic individuals lack a sense of remorse for their actions, showing no guilt about the negative repercussions their behavior has on others. When confronted, they often manipulate the conversation to make you question your understanding of the situation. Picture a co-worker taking credit for your efforts, and when you address it, they exhibit no regret. Instead, they attempt to rationalize their behavior by saying you wouldn't have succeeded on your own, or that they were merely helping showcase your talents. This type of behavior underscores a profound absence of empathy and remorse, highlighting a profoundly selfish and manipulative disposition. Consider another scenario with a friend who frequently makes hurtful or harmful remarks. When you attempt to discuss how those remarks impact you, they might laugh it off and claim you're overreacting, or even suggest you're being overly sensitive. Such behavior not only demonstrates a lack of remorse, but also serves to distort your perception of reality, leading you to question your feelings. These individuals excel at flipping the script. If you point out a mistake or unkind action, they often portray themselves as the victims, making you feel guilty for raising the issue. This kind of emotional manipulation strongly indicates that the person experiences no genuine remorse for their actions and is primarily interested in safeguarding their reputation. Recognizing the signs of a gossipy nature is vital for safeguarding your emotional well-being. People who fail to feel guilt for their harmful actions can easily perpetuate those behaviors, knowing there will be no real accountability for them. Identifying this trait and establishing firm boundaries is crucial to protect yourself and foster healthy relationships. If someone consistently demonstrates a lack of remorse, it's wise to contemplate distancing yourself from them to prioritize your own well-being. Number 7. Isolation techniques. Some toxic individuals prefer to operate in overtly damaging ways. They can be aggressive, inflicting harm through both words and actions, often relishing in the discomfort of others. A notable absence of empathy and a penchant for deliberately causing pain are hallmark traits of this type of person. Consider a co-worker who takes pleasure in making hurtful or humiliating remarks in front of peers. They may cruelly highlight your shortcomings or belittle your ideas during discussions, not to provide constructive feedback, but rather to undermine your confidence. This kind of behavior not only erodes team morale, but also fosters a toxic and oppressive environment at work. Another example is a friend who makes jokes at your expense about your insecurities or personal struggles, fully aware of the pain it inflicts. They might mock something you shared in trust, and upon witnessing your distress, seem to gain satisfaction from your suffering. The absence of empathy and enjoyment derived from others' discomfort are clear indicators of a toxic individual. These people can also behave aggressively, whether verbally or otherwise. A partner who routinely insults you or engages in physical aggression is showcasing overt toxicity. The intention behind such actions is to hurt and exert control, displaying a complete disregard for others' dignity and well-being. Identifying these isolation techniques in someone is crucial for safeguarding your emotional and physical integrity. Those who engage in such overtly damaging behaviors show little regard for others' feelings and can inflict significant and long-lasting harm. Establishing boundaries and distancing yourself from these individuals is essential to ensure your safety and tranquility. If you encounter toxic behavior, don't hesitate to seek support and take proactive measures to protect yourself. Number 8. Warnings from friends and family regarding the character of a toxic person. If your loved ones are cautioning you about someone's behavior, it's crucial to heed these warnings. They may have observed troubling and harmful traits in the past. Dismissing these signs could put you in a vulnerable situation similar to what they experienced. Picture this. You start a new relationship, and shortly after, your closest friends and family voice their concerns. They inform you that this person has a pattern of manipulation and disrespect in prior relationships. Accepting these observations can be challenging, especially if you're emotionally invested, but it's vital to consider their concerns seriously. Another scenario might involve starting a new job where colleagues are quick to alert you about a specific manager. They share accounts of this supervisor lashing out at team members, fostering a tense and discouraging workplace atmosphere, while consistently avoiding accountability for their actions. These accounts aren't merely gossip, but genuine warnings grounded in real experiences that can shield you from distressing situations. Such advice from your inner circle is invaluable because it comes from an unbiased perspective. Your friends and family genuinely wish the best for you and have no motives to mislead you. If multiple people caution you about the same individual, it's a strong indication to proceed with caution. It's easy to brush off or downplay these warnings, especially if the person currently appears to treat you well. However, acknowledging and reflecting on these concerns can prevent significant issues further down the line. If a person repeatedly demonstrates toxic behaviors, it's likely they will continue this pattern with you. Take these warnings to heart and observe the individual's actions closely. Should you identify signs of manipulation, harmful behavior, or evasion of responsibility, think about creating distance before it becomes too complex to extricate yourself. Your friends and family might recognize red flags that you, immersed in the situation, may overlook. Trust their insights and prioritize your protection against potential harm. Number 9. Gaslighting. One of the most damaging forms of emotional manipulation exhibited by a toxic person is gaslighting. These individuals make you feel inadequate, criticizing aspects of your appearance, interests, aspirations, and everything else they can target. It's crucial not to allow these people to alter your self-perception. Picture a partner who perpetually critiques your looks, highlighting your physical flaws as if they were unforgivable shortcomings. They might comment, "You could look better if," or "Why don't you wear something nicer?" These remarks are not meant to help. They are harsh and intended to undermine your self-esteem. Similarly, consider a friend who ridicules your hobbies and ambitions, belittling your successes and dreams as if they held no value. They may laugh at your goals or interests, making you feel foolish for pursuing what you love. This kind of gaslighting not only inflicts pain, but also creates self-doubt regarding your abilities and worth. Such individuals utilize gaslighting as a means of emotional control, diminishing your self-worth so that you seek their validation and acceptance. Their goal is to reshape your self-image based on their own needs and desires, disregarding who you genuinely are. Do not allow these individuals to alter how you see yourself. You have intrinsic value and deserve to be treated with dignity and kindness. If someone is consistently undermining you, it's a clear indication that they do not care for your emotional health. Safeguard yourself by distancing from those who perpetually attempt to diminish your spirit and seek relationships that foster your growth and happiness. Number 10. Boundary violations. Boundary violations are a clear indicator of a toxic person. Disregarding personal limits can signify deeper issues in someone's character. If you know someone who continually crosses boundaries or shows a lack of respect for others' space and needs, it may be wise to create some distance from that individual. Consider a neighbor who constantly interrupts conversations or goes through your belongings without permission. These actions not only cause discomfort, but also reveal a lack of empathy and emotional awareness on their part. This disregard for boundaries can manifest in various areas of that person's interactions. For instance, someone who frequently pressures others into situations they're uncomfortable with demonstrates a troubling disregard for consent and autonomy. Continuous boundary violations reflect a complete lack of respect for the emotional and personal well-being of those around them. Such behaviors should not be overlooked. Research indicates that a lack of respect for boundaries can correlate with toxic and aggressive behavior in other relationships as well. It's crucial to recognize these signs and consider how being around such individuals can affect you. While it can be challenging to see these behaviors when we're caught up in friendship, love, or admiration for someone, prioritizing our safety and personal boundaries is essential. If you suspect someone is consistently violating boundaries, consider distancing yourself and, if appropriate, addressing the behavior directly or seeking help. If you have other signs of a toxic person that haven't been mentioned here, please share them in the comments. I'd be eager to hear your thoughts. If you've made it to the end, write in the comments, "Let's prioritize our well-being." If you found these insights helpful, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Let's all strive to be wiser today. Until next time.